But let me go back to in a letter, William Lynch, was divide and conquer. And just look how we so divided. Look how we divided. East Coast, West Coast. Just in your city, this block, this gang, that gang. Man, during the William Lynch letter, he said, create as much differences amongst the slaves. Get them not to trust one another. Get them not to trust one another, right? But only trust us. And that's where we at. They had plenty of slave revolts. I think this was 1831. I think his name was Gabriel. They said this was going to be the biggest revolt, trying to escape and revolt. Because the revolt, to escape, you probably got to kill some people. They ain't going to let you just walk away. The day he had it set up, he just told, people, and they plotted and planned. They was going to do what they did. Somebody has told on them. They unfolded the plan. Valerie said, I would never be gang. I'm a God's gang. That's what's up. Clap it up for Valerie. That's what's up. That's what's up, man. But we're losing a lot of people, man, to not knowing. And I think we really got to start loving ourselves. Like I said, I didn't love myself. I couldn't have. Bipolar said all the differences you're bringing up exist in the white population. So that's not the problem with the black population. I say it is on our end. It is a lot because we don't control or own nothing. You got to look at the whole structure of the black community. Now, if we were like white people that could really control something, it would be a little bit different. So you're not comparing apples to apples with that scenario. I appreciate that because we haven't even we haven't risen above yet. We haven't even got to the start line is what I'm saying. White people are past the start line in a lot of cases. But for us, we below and we can continue to get kicked down. So some differences that you're not understanding, which are common, Bipolar. I appreciate you saying, and they do got some similarities. As humans, we're gonna have some similarities. But I'm talking about specifically, just like let's go to Germany. When they were in concentration camps, right? If they would have left those particular so-called Jews there at that time to say, well, everybody go through stuff, y'all can stay here, it would have been problems for them eventually. But guess what? They sympathized and they empathized with their reality and took them over to the Middle East and took the Palestinians' land and gave them a portion of the land. So you got to keep it in context when you talk about stuff like that. So that is, okay, just say you disagree with it, but that's what I'm not here to go back and forth with you. But that's the issue with my people. I'm a part of this community, so I understand it clearly, right? I fell in the trap of the war on drugs and going through the system, even though I made choices, but I'm telling you, it was a plan, right? So, Bipolar, what are your thoughts about the Trump administration attacking Chicago's mayor because he hired too many black people? What are your thoughts about that, Bipolar Bear? I want to hear your thoughts, your real, true thoughts about that, because I never heard the Trump administration or anybody else say y'all hiring too many white people. That don't even come to mind. But they going after this mayor, this black mayor, for hiring his people. Who's qualified? Keep falling then. Every black guy is the same thing while your community is collapsing. Okay, I see you don't understand and you don't. I'm gonna ask you to go ahead and bounce, man, because you don't. I'm talking to my people right now, or those who sympathize and want to learn. But if you come in, every black guy is saying the same thing. I don't know what they're saying. I don't know every black guy, so I can't debate that. All I'm asking you, man, Trump is attacking a black mayor for hiring too many black people. Hey man, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna give you something to think about. Boom. I holler at you, man. Ain't nothing but love though, nothing but love. But I will not give you I would not allow y'all to come in our spaces, not my space, and kidnap the information or try to prevent the information from going out. I'm not gonna allow you to do that, man. Got nothing but love for y'all though, but I will not allow you to come. Now I'm gonna listen to you, but when I see it and I catch it, you gotta go, man. But as I was saying, man, excuse me, let me get some of that good water. Y'all bear with me. Let me get some of that good H2O, because you gotta stay hydrated. So we got it, as I was, trying to share with the brother, we got a black mayor in Chicago. He hired some of his own people, other African Americans who, by the way, they're qualified. This ain't no DEI situation. And now the Trump administration is saying, why you got so many black people in your administration? And my thing is, what's up with that? Every department in the United States have majority white people in it. But nobody don't say, why is there so many white people? So this is just some of the challenges we got to face as a nation. Valerie said that Chicago mayor is right to hire black people. And as long as they are qualified and help get that crime down, education up, city, I agree with you, Valerie. I agree with you. I agree with you wholeheartedly, man. But see, this is part of these are the ones, our upper people. Imagine those down at the bottom, man, that all they see around them is drugs and crime, and then they hear this negativity about themselves. It took me as a child, there was a time in our history books, we didn't have no black people. It was no black people. And then however they passed it, we got 2 pages. We got like 2 pages, I guess front and back. Those are 2 pages, right? And you know what that was about? Slavery, being uncivilized. So we didn't even have young images. We had to look at white people as images. Why? Because we didn't have none. And then not having a foundation. Now, if you was lucky and had a mother and father, then you had that, home structure in your house to see it for yourself. But we did have some good shows, man, like Good Times. Had a mother and father. They said she told him, listen, I'm not doing the show unless I got a husband. They wanted to do the show Good Time with a single parent. Why? Because they want to keep that negative energy, negative image. And for those that don't know, it was a black guy who created that. Though he never got the credit. It was a black guy who created a lot of them shows, but he never got credit. Right? Because he dealing with his stuff. He was a junkie. I think they ended up paying him like $1 million. Man, he did a lot of shows, wrote a lot of shows, but they gave the white guy, the credit. And they gave him like $1 million. He blew that because he was all messed up in the game. But that's why, like, some of us only had to look at James Evans, a good father figure. Or we had some females, what's happening, they had the mom there. Different shows like that. Later on, you had the Fresh Prince, right? And come to find out he was really gay, even though he didn't play gay on the show. But what I'm saying, it was a lot of stuff that we had to and got to continue to fight through. So we around here calling ourselves, and I understand there's a term of endearment, YNs, little N's, and ninjas and all that. We got to rise above it, man. I ain't hating on nobody. I love when we show love to each other, but we got to do the real love, man. We got to respect our women. We got to do a better job. And we got to get that William Lynch stuff out of our mind, man, because it was meant to destroy us. It was meant, the Jeffersons. Yeah, the Jeffersons. Thank you, Dr. J. Valerie said it would take one event to bring black people together. I hope it comes soon. Exactly. Yeah, we got to do better, man. We have to do better. And that's why the main thing, we got to get out the streets. And I know it's not a lot of opportunities. You know, there's a lot of this. And then now it's getting worse. It's going backwards because you have cutting. You're going to have these cutting and these assistance programs, right? Job Corps. I remember I was young, some people went to Job Corps. Some of them cats that went to Job Corps, they would have ended up locked up if they never went to Job Corps. Because these was little, I guess you'll call them thugs or whatever you want to call them. They were borderline. And these weren't just the bad people. It just, that's what they were surrounded with. Now we want to cut Job Corps, a program that assists young people that's really at risk, and they send them to different states. Remember, cats used to go to Pittsburgh. They used to go to Baltimore, you know, different places to get this education. And they come back with a little certificate, you know. Valerie said, I went to Job Corps in Cleveland. In Cleveland, yeah, they had a lot of places, man, that people went to Job Corps at. And now you want to take that? I mean, it's something that helps people. I ain't gonna say I don't understand it because that would be a lie, but it's crazy, man, that we're going backwards. And a lot of us still fighting some of that old stuff. So guess what? We got to put both our gloves on and continue fighting, man. Not physically, but we have to continue fighting. First of all, to guard our minds. We got to fight to guard our minds so we can be prepared to do some stuff. Valerie said Job Corps was a great program. Yeah, I know a lot of people that went there. Some of them same people that went to Job Corps, they had been to juvenile before and might have got out. Then they went to Job Corps, whatever. Or they was hitting it to juvenile. So yeah, that's a good program. So without Job Corps, right? These are high school, remember, these are high school students. So those who have dropped out, they just gonna be dropouts. And they just gonna be subject to the streets and all that the streets have to offer them. That's what we're heading for, man. So that's what I'm saying, man. We got to prepare, we got to fight, we got to get our minds right, man. We got to really get our mind right, our minds right. Dr. J said, President is doing a lot. Nothing is wrong with doing a lot, but start and finish one task before moving on to something new. There are too many moving targets with President and his administration. Very well put, Doc. Dr. J said, just my opinion. That's very well put, man. It is a lot going on. It is a lot going on, man. And I love how you said, complete one task, do one thing. Because usually when people do something, they evaluate it, right? You got to let it run for a minute and evaluate it. It's like we playing games with people's minds, you know? We don't even want to see if it's good. You know what I mean? I say it's good. I say it's beautiful. It's beautiful. We got a beautiful bill. So that's the thing. Do something, complete it, and also evaluate it to see if it's good, to see if we need to continue it or make some changes. But it seems like we're heading towards a dictatorship. That's not how a dictator do it. A dictator, I guess, does it like, this is what it is. It's my way or the highway. I know y'all the people, but this is how we doing it. Dr. J said, inspect what you expect. Right. Right. Because we always say, we look at the data. People always say that. We got to trust the data, and we looking at the data. Well, do something, and let's give time for the data to build up and see if it's what you're saying it is. Valley said he playing games with people's lives, livelihood, education, and safety. And it also, you know, just dealing with that, it'll also be a travesty to lose the first college, the first university, I mean, in Harvard. It would be a travesty because he's not going to stop at Harvard. If Harvard crumble, he's really going to put the clamps down on other universities, man. So this is real crazy what's going on right now. And it's sad that it's a good thing that some people are standing up But it's crazy that that bill even made it through the House. They should be ashamed of themselves. Some of them were cowards, and they put what did they put? Absent or something, so they didn't have to vote either way. That was a coward's move. Stand up, man, for that which is right. Stand up for the people in your districts, right? That's what they were voted to do. But since they got the big bad bully, that's what we're dealing with. But I'm telling you, to my people, man, you're not cursed, man. You're a blessed people. You know, the Most High God loves you just as much as he loved anybody else. You know, the Most High God loves you just as much as he loved anybody else, man. You can be great. You can do anything in the world. Stop falling for this sucker stuff, as some people say. Don't fall for the sucker stuff. Don't fall for the okie doke. Understand that it's more for you. Understand that it's better for you. So you won't be sitting in somebody's prison or in a grave early. We don't want nobody to go to an early grave either, right? Let me fix this. Y'all. Let me read this. Mark, we don't need any financial harm coming to our HBCUs either, for real. They already have their struggles. Gee whiz. That's another thing. See, you get the big one. You get Harvard, right? HBCUs ain't got a shot. So when he come to them and say, listen, you got to sign this. This is what it's going to be. Everybody going to bow down. Everybody ain't going to have a choice but to bow down if you want to exist under this administration. So yes, Dr. J, gee whiz. So all I'm saying, man, I want to encourage us, man, just be men, be grown men, be grown women, and make good positive decisions, man. Because everything we do, and this is my take too. I know a lot of y'all, probably some of y'all on here, like the housewives. I ain't really got no beef with them, but I think that they have an opportunity to be a positive image instead of out there arguing and fighting. I think they can do a better job too. We need all hands on deck. So even our reality stars, don't sell out. And I know y'all got to do ratings. Y'all got to act a fool to get better ratings and all that. I understand that. But what I'm saying is, listen, man, stand on principles, man. We need to have principles, and we need to stand on those principles. Valerie said, yeah, you're right, Dr. J. If Harvard goes, they all go. That's what I'm saying. That's why this should not be allowed. And I know he put some of them U.S. Supreme Court judges in there. Them justices, they need to stand on real business, man. Because y'all going to let this man take the entire country by letting him do whatever he want to do. He should not be able to do anything until first. See, let me say this. I feel like the U.S. Supreme Court should make a stance. We're not ruling on anything until you bring that man back. We told y'all to bring Kilmar Garcia back to the United States. Bring him back, right? And then let him go through the due process. Let him go through that. But why y'all keep ruling on his behalf? But when y'all tell him to do something, he's still not doing it. So I think everybody needs to stand firm against him, man. Because not only is it going to be Harvard, you know, he took down some attorneys' firm, some law firms. So that's what I'm saying, man. And I think especially as us as black people, man, sometimes we feel like we curse, so we'll do anything. We just put our lives on the line. No, man, we not cursed, man. We blessed, right? But they say God won't put more on you. Even though he didn't put that on us. That was man putting stuff on us, not him. But as they say, God won't put more on you than you can stand. But we're blessed people, man. But let's use this as a blessing. Let's be strong, and do the right thing. Stand on that which is right. So no, we are not. Even though there's so many attacks, man. There's so many attacks. So many attacks. As I told you, you got this one Chicago mayor. They telling him that he hiring too many black people. Valerie said, I'm with you, Mark, on some housewives shenanigans. Not a good example. Behind the scenes, they kick it with each other. When the cameras come on, they buffoonery starts. Make black people look bad. Yeah, and this is the thing. They show little clips, right? They might have something positive, a program, but that's probably less than 10% of the show. But you selling your soul for ratings. And like you said, Valerie, they cool behind scenes, but on the forefront, they got to act a fool and fight. Why? Because that's ratings. That's sales. Drama sells. So they do, I think they have a responsibility. And I'm not just talking about dumb. Let's not just focus on dumb, man. All of us. It should be all hands on deck, man. All hands on deck. The goal is for us to be in prison, right? Dead early, irresponsible, catching different diseases, whether it's HIV, and that's come from not loving ourselves and making irresponsible choices. So we got to bring this thing full circle, man. So whether you're the dealer, whether you're the junkie, man, we all in this together, man. And we got to pull up and do better in this world. Whether you're the junkie, whether you're the dealer, whether you're the prostitute, whatever you are out there, man, whether you're in a gang, whatever you are, man, we got to do better. My personal opinion is that gangs have done nothing positive for us, but we'll hold on to one or two, maybe 10 things they do throughout the year. Or they gave back, they did this. Yeah, but is it still a gang that kill people? And if it is, we shouldn't support that, right? We need to find a way to hopefully end that. Them gangs ain't necessary. So I'm not focusing on no one particular gang or pointing the finger at nobody. I'm just saying, as a people, we got to do better, man. We got to do better. Why? Because the next generation gonna need the help, man. Or we setting them up for failure. They're gonna go through the same process some of us went through, whether that be prison, drugs, the streets, whatever it is. Do we really want to make our communities better? Or do we want to look like we're making it better? Every once in a while, we bring this gang together and that gang together and this love and this and that. The next day, they at each other's necks and throats. So that's my thing, man. No, we're not a cursed people, man, but there's a lot of examples. And even through religion, man, they might try to encourage or suggest that we are cursed people. And they point out verses like submit to your masters, so you got to really be careful, especially with religion, right? And remember this, spirituality is different than religion. So be careful with some of these religions, man. As we know the story about Jim Jones. Jim Jones had a people, they gave him a little, property in Ghana. He had his own property, had like 1,000, took 1,000 people from the United States over there. And they was drinking the juice. He got them to drink the juice. He did a practice run. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was cyanide poison, and they all drunk it. And they had to give it to their kids too. That was a religion, a cult, really. But what I'm saying, even through religion, man, we gotta be careful. We gotta watch that, man. Guard our hearts, our minds, and our soul, man. And if we love our people, first of all, if you love yourself, right, do better. Protect your temple. And then you're going to protect others and try to guide others, meaning your family, your loved ones, and your community. So that's where we at, man. That's where we at. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate the support.